All right, guys, we are on month 3 update of freelancing here on the channel, where I'm showing you how I build out a Upwork profile from scratch, and then also any other freelancing jobs that come in through the YouTube channel. So we have essentially crossed the $13,000 threshold. Looking at Upwork right now, I'll put this on the screen, $12,807 for my 12-month earnings. Additionally, on top of that, and I don't believe that includes last week's totals, which I was on vacation, so I didn't get to work as much. But, plane rides are awesome because you have 3 to 4 hours in the air as well as time in the airport. So I definitely got in some good work on there as I was trying to travel between destinations. But regardless, I'm going to give you guys a few different stories along the way, talk about projects and different things like that. That's kind of the goal of this video. The past 2 months, what I did is I went over my spreadsheet, showed you how many jobs I applied for and things like that. I'm gonna be straightforward with you guys. I didn't apply to a ton of jobs this month. I'll probably put the totals here on the screen right now. I think probably anywhere from 20 to 30 jobs. I've been pretty busy, and then also with travel, I just didn't want to really take on a ton of customers and then have them all wait. It would become a mess, right? So I kind of had a slower month on purpose on that side of things. Plus, I did sign on some customers late end of last month and early this month. So I didn't really know where to expect where those projects would be. Some of them are going to be a little bit larger projects as well. So yeah, there is that side of things. So kind of the first major update that I started to do is raise my rates on the platform. So I've been getting a lot of customers anywhere from that $40 to $50 rate. And Matt suggested that I start raising my prices. And the reason why you want to raise your price, obviously, is to bring in more money, but also it's going to attract, some interesting jobs on that side of things. So I actually raised my rate this month. I took on 2 different jobs. One starts at $70 an hour, which I haven't clocked any hours for that yet. I'm still waiting on that project. I also just signed on a customer at $80 an hour, which again is a huge jump because when I started this series, I was starting at 30 to 40. Now I've essentially doubled that in a 3-month period. Now, the deal is I still have a lot of customers at that $50 threshold, and I'm going to keep them. Generally, I think they're great customers and stuff like that. And I enjoy working on these type of projects. So when those projects are done, right, maybe I'll deprecate that $50 rate and continue onward to try to get $60, $70, $80. But as of now, I'm going to still work on those projects. My lowest current retainer right now is $40 an hour. That is going to be a baseball type of project. Now, I love baseball, so that's okay with it on that side of things. All right, so this next thing that I kind of learned, I briefly talked about it in a previous video in this series, but it's just waiting on customers. Now, as someone that freelances, right, your expectation is to respond back into a customer kind of as soon as possible, maybe within a few hours or within a day if you're extremely busy. But it doesn't always work that way from the customer perspective. See, they're giving you work because they're extremely busy or they don't have the resources to do it within their company, right? And where your project lies and their totem of importance, it's hard to say, right? Some projects could be very high priority. Other projects could be low priorities and nice to have. Additionally, a customer may have things going on with them, right? They could go on vacation. They could have been sick on top of it, right? There's a lot of conflicts going on around the world. So they could have been dragged into a conflict on that side of things. So I had 2 of those happen within the last month or so. I just want to share it with you guys. It's not always your fault if a customer doesn't respond in a week or even 2 weeks. Things happen, right? So don't just look at it and say, man, I lost this customer, or man, why did they ghost me? Chances are they're extremely busy now. Is there a possibility they ghosted you? Sure, there definitely is. But just think of it in a perspective. If you're performing a good job on the work, maybe something happened or they're extremely busy and they'll reach out to you after, because that's what happened with 2 of my customers, right? Didn't hear back from them for a little bit. And I just figured, they're kind of busy. So I'm actually recording this after the video because I forgot to put this in. But one of the things I wanted to mention is when I do make a little bit of money here on freelancing, I want to invest in making better YouTube videos. So first off, if you guys haven't noticed, I actually bought a brand new mic. So a lot of people were complaining on the YouTube videos saying, hey, the audio quality, it sucks. I don't disagree. I had a $100 microphone. The mic stand was kind of far off to the side. I actually bought a decent mic stand as well. I don't know how well this is going to show. Let me put this over here. So you can see I have this over here. It's like an Elgato stand, I want to say. So this is really nice. I have the microphone right over here, and it tucks away. It looks super high quality. The one I used to have in the past, let me show you this really quick. Like it's this right here. It did the trick initially, right? But it was time to upgrade, right? Way better. So there's that upgrade. Also, it's hard to show, but I have a light right over here, which is a way upgraded light. So the quality should look a lot better on the lighting side of things. And then what I did with my old light, so this light can change the levels, right? Between like bright and dim. I put my other light, which can't change levels, right back over there. Let me show you guys. So you can see that right over there. So yeah, and then I have like an extra one of those now. I just have it as a backup, just in case one of these, light bulb goes out or anything like that. So 2 lights over here, 1 light right there, 1 right light there. There's gonna be other things I work on to improve these videos. Eventually I want to get some better video editing and things like that. Not there yet. Like when the YouTube channel actually brings in freelance customers, maybe I'll start investing more on, the video editing side of things and trying to grow the YouTube channel even more. But figure that over time. But I just wanted to show you guys, luckily enough, because listen, this stuff's expensive. I spent about $1,000 on this new equipment, right? YouTube channel makes $300 a month right now. And I put a lot of time into making these videos, and I have a library of videos, right? And that $300 isn't guaranteed all the time. And obviously I'm not talking about it in these videos because it's not really freelancing. It's the video content side of things, but the videos do allow for freelance customers a little bit easier. But anyways, let's go back and talk even more about, the customers that I signed this month. So the first project that I signed on was a larger Streamlit project for a medical company. Essentially what they had is dashboards in another software, and they wanted to migrate this over into a Streamlit application, as well as have like security features, a cohesive design, and different things like that. So it was kind of beefy to get all these different reports into one area and then also build it out. I'm not done with this project right now, but it should be closing out this week or early next week. So there is that on that side of things. Additionally, I signed on a mixture of a data engineering as well as SQL reporting client. So what we're doing over here is essentially taking data from Shopify, putting it into BigQuery, and then also making some Looker reports based around it. So that's going to be a really, really fun project. And I do have to give a ton of props to the business owner in this case. So we actually had multiple conversations. And when I showed him my YouTube channel, we talked about it for a little bit. He's like, listen, you have a great YouTube channel. It obviously works for getting customers on Upwork, but you have a big issue with it. The big issue is you're not making videos targeted towards any business owners. How are they going to find your videos, right? You have a lot of different technical type of videos teaching people, machine learning or N8N or Python pandas, but you're not hitting business owners. Like no business owner is going to look up the technical skills and try to hire someone from that side of things. They're going to try to look up other things, how you can help data build my business or whatever, right? And so I thought about that for a while. I'm like, that's interesting. So I'm going to start trying to make some other videos here on the channel, kind of targeted towards business owners or just broad courses covering a subject, right? One of the projects that not one of the projects, but one of the skills that I've been able to land a lot of Upwork clients on is Streamlit. In fact, I would say at least 50% of the Streamlit jobs I apply to, I probably get those jobs if I just looked specifically at the data. So what I did recently, and I uploaded it last week, is I made a 3-hour Streamlit course. And in the beginning of the video, I talked about, like, if you're watching this video, I'm taking on freelance customers. I also mentioned that at the end and a few times throughout the video, right? Talking about projects that I've taken on and things like that. So I'm hoping from that Streamlit course, right, I can get some customers from it. If not, again, when I apply to Upwork jobs, I talk about, videos that I've made on something. I have a 3-hour Streamlit video, right? I have also other Streamlit projects, a lot of Streamlit, I should say Streamlit project videos, as well as Streamlit history on Upwork. So I think that'll up that 50% higher rate on that side of things. It doesn't hurt having a 3-hour course, but I'm really, really tried making that video to try to get other customers that watch YouTube videos, because I actually haven't signed a freelance customer off of YouTube, which is surprising, right? 25,000 subscribers, no freelance customers on there. I do have some coaching clients, but no freelancing on that side of things. Another project that I picked up, an AI company is trying to improve SQL queries. So I'm helping them on that side of things. So just writing blank SQL queries for projects and different things like that very early on in that project. I'm trying to think what else. I might have signed one other customer, but those were the kind of the big ones this month. I still have a lot of other work from past projects right now that could take anywhere from 5 to 10 hours a week, if not more. One of the things I still want to take a look at here in the future, and I don't think I have time for it right now, but maybe in a month or two, is taking a look at the agency perspective, right? Hiring on people and taking on skills on that side of things. But I'm definitely not there yet. In terms also of making longer videos, I do have a full pandas course that I'm making. And I don't know how targeted that is going to be towards business owners particularly, but I do think that would kind of help on that side of things, having, a 5-6 hour pandas video. Again, I don't know how long that'll take, but we'll see if that ends up landing any customers, and I'll give you guys updates. Also, since I've been working on moving a lot of videos into the website, the traffic has been going pretty well on Google Analytics as well as Google Search Console. I do have that data freelancing page, and it is getting a decent amount of views, but there's been no conversions on there as of yet. No one's actually even filling out the form on there, but it's getting anywhere from 100 to 200 views per month. So maybe I have to work on some optimization on that page, but I'm not too concerned on it as of yet. I just want to continue to scale up the traffic on the website as well as kind of the YouTube channel and figure it out from there. I covered a lot in this video and stuff like that, and I'm going to continue to give you guys updates. But overall, I think a pretty good approach so far, 3 months in on this side of things. My goal is still to try to make as close as I can to 6 figures my first year. I'm averaging about $4,000 a month right now. Obviously, I'm increasing my rate. I've been getting a lot of customers that take a lot of time. So we'll see where this ends up going. But I have 87,000 to make essentially in 9 months. I have a long way to go to get there, and it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough to get to 6 figures within 1 year. But we'll see what happens, right? You never know. I definitely think though raising the rates is one way to get there, and all it takes is a few projects, right? Let me know what you guys want to see in other videos as well, because I do want to make some other, Upwork or freelancing tip videos for you guys. Can't really talk too much about freelancing outside of Upwork as of yet, but hopefully later this year I can. We're going to try to get some customers off of YouTube. Thanks again, guys, and I will catch you in another video.